Hey guys, it's ViewMasters Reactions, and I feel like I haven't seen you guys in a week. Even though I've only missed yesterday. Yesterday was The Wire. I haven't missed any scheduled shows except The Wire. Don't get me wrong, I still watched The Wire and I still reacted to it and I got the videos ready to put up. I just don't want to do it until this strike thing is over with. I still have not heard back from HBO. After 10 days, if they don't respond, it automatically gets put back up and the strike is removed. People have told me that a lot of times that's what they do. They just don't bother themselves with it and they let it go the full distance and then it's just released back to you. But hey, I gotta deal with it. I am going to make a separate video explaining the update on that and the whole situation in case people don't see this. But here is your winner for Thursday's show. Now, I know in the beginning, if you guys are following, that technically I said 2 of these 6 shows I was going to let go an extra day because 3 of them were posted a day earlier. However, the ones that were posted a day earlier are so far ahead that I don't think there's even a chance the other ones will catch up. If you guys are watching, you could easily find out for yourself. But to be like fun about it, I'm going to eliminate one by one, starting from the lowest. Now, the lowest show was by far The 100. The 100 I posted weeks before any of these others. I notified everybody again, like, hey, I got The 100 up there. If any of you guys are interested, doesn't seem like a whole lot of you are interested. I think the most viewed, it was like 48 views. And that was like part 1, and the other parts had like 30 and then like 25. So The 100, without a doubt, is the lowest scoring one. That is not being reacted to. I'm just going to watch that on my own because there's only so much I can react to anyway. I just don't have enough time to edit them all. So the first one to go is going to be The 100. Now, this one wasn't as fair. I will agree. Some of you might complain, but here's the deal. Star Trek was the next lowest. But here's the problem. All 3 parts were pulled at least twice, maybe 3 times. I can't remember if I edited it twice or 3 times. It was up for, I think, the first 3 or 4 days, then it got pulled. I fixed it. It was up for like a day and a half, got pulled. And then it might have gotten pulled like one more time to the point where right now they're not even on my channel. They're back to being flagged as copyrighted. I didn't even bother fixing it the last time because the last time it happened fell into the second strike ban thing. So I don't want to keep fixing things that they're already flagging for me to fix and risk a 3rd strike. So I didn't even fix it the 3rd go around. That being said, it only had about 90 views in the first like 4 days. Everything else had hundreds of views by the 4th or 5th day. I'm willing to bet that Star Trek wouldn't have caught up to the leaders even if it was there for the full time. And not to mention, I really am discouraged to even react to it if I had to re-edit it 3 times. I have a 10-minute timer and I do the same format for every show. So every one of these, not one of them got flagged except Star Trek. And it got flagged 3 times. So based on that and based on the fact that it was also the second lowest after the first 4 days, I'm willing to bet it wasn't going to catch up anyway, and I really don't want to go through all that aggravation and frustration of editing them down multiple times. None of the others had a problem, therefore, I'm sorry, but eventually I will watch it. But for now, Star Trek The Next Generation is going to be the next one cut. The 3rd one we're dropping. This one, guys, was literally ridiculously close. But Barry, I released a day before Silicon Valley. So Silicon Valley technically still has another day's worth of views that it can accumulate. And right now, I'm not kidding, Barry is only ahead by like, I think 2 views. So based on the fact that Barry has been up for an extra day and is only beating Silicon Valley by 2 views, I'm going to have to assume that Silicon Valley would win that race. I would bet a large sum of money that Silicon Valley in the next 24 hours would get those 2 views back. So based off of that, Barry came in 4th place. Very close race with that in Silicon Valley, but Barry took 4th. But don't worry, I am very into Barry. The 4 that are left are actually all very good. At one point or another, I will react to all of them. Star Trek Next Generation, I will eventually react to because I feel like there's a strong fan base of Star Trek fans, and I really want to get into that, and I'd like to experience that with fans. That I will react to just solely based on the nostalgia of it and the fact I want to interact with fans to learn more and stuff like that, because that's just like an older show that I feel would be cool to do as a reaction at one point. So that will be done at some point. These 4, though, I'm very into, each for a different reason. So at some point I will be reacting to Barry, probably before the end of the summer. But sadly, Barry was number 4. I guess by explaining the Barry situation, we all know what came in 3rd place. It was Silicon Valley. Now, Unless Silicon Valley jumps up hundreds of views, it isn't going to catch first and second place. I think they're up for about a week and a half, maybe like 10 days. And Silicon Valley and the rest that have already been eliminated never even hit 200 views total. They hit like 180 per part. So if you total up all the views, then yes, it broke 200 views. It's like probably close to 400 views. But it was in two parts. I'm taking the highest view count from the part because it's unfair, because some of them have 3 parts, some of them have 1 part like Adventure Time, some of them have 2 parts like Silicon Valley and Barry. So I'm taking the highest view count from one of the parts of each video. Silicon Valley, unless it doubles its view count in 24 hours, is not going to reach the others. So based on simple math, I'm eliminating Silicon Valley as number 3. But like Barry, I'm very into it. It is a different kind of show. It's a very comedic nerd show. And I'm very into like all the references and the nerd lore and stuff like that. I am a nerd. So very into it. And I will eventually react to that too. I'm not going to watch that one on my own. I feel like that would be a good reaction video. So third place goes to Silicon Valley. We got down to the final 2. And right now it is extremely close race. Released them both on the same day. I released Adventure Time first of the other 5 shows that were actually in the running. And Misfits came out like maybe 5 or 6 hours later. I'm looking at the thing and Adventure Time has 384 views. And Misfits has 358. So Adventure Time has roughly 30 more views, but it was also out for like a quarter of a day longer. Now, honestly, I don't see Misfits getting 30 or 40 more views in the next 6 hours. So technically, Adventure Time did win. But Adventure Time is such a short show. Someone in the comments did explain to me that they were released in groups of 2, the episodes, which makes a lot more sense. Because after I did this episode, it just abruptly ended. There was no credits. It just went to black. And I was like, that was a really weird thing. Unless I just watched a weird copy of the show or something like that. But it did strike me as weird. Then someone in the comments wrote, yeah, they put them out in groups of 2. I should have watched 2, I guess. But technically, Adventure Time won. So if I'm going by my rules, I got to do Adventure Time. But here's the thing. Like I said, Misfits has another 6 hours. I don't see it catching it. So here's the deal. Now that I'm becoming experienced with these, I don't want to put my foot in my mouth and be like, Adventure Time's such an easy edit that I'm going to do multiple shows. And then all of a sudden now I have a problem with Adventure Time. And I'm like, what did I do? I got myself in a hole. The way we're going to do it is, as long as Adventure Time does not present any problems, I am going to do both. I'm going to do Misfits and Adventure Time. They were close enough, and I'm enjoying all of them. And like I said, I enjoy Barry, I enjoy Silicon Valley, I enjoy the 100 I love, but no one else seems to care. And Star Trek was good too, but the editing was too much of a problem right now for me to want to deal with, especially with all the strike issues going on. I don't want to start a new show that's already presenting an issue. Until a problem presents itself, I'm going to do both. So Thursdays will be Adventure Time and Misfits. If, for whatever reason, I'm really backed up on a Thursday and Adventure Time's presenting problems, then I'll still do Misfits, but it'll come out like on a Friday or a Saturday or something like that. Just because a lot of you have preached that you want Misfits and I really am into it, I'm going to try my best to get Misfits out every week and most likely will. So don't hold it against me if I miss a week here and there, because technically I'm not supposed to do 2 shows and I said I wouldn't because I was already overwhelmed. You just have to give me a little bit of a grace period in there somewhere. If I run into problems, I might not have it out, but I plan on doing Adventure Time and Misfits. Although Adventure Time did win the contest. It had the most views. So Adventure Time will be priority because it is the winner and I'm going to be fair about it. So Adventure Time will be out every Thursday once the strike is lifted off my channel. I'm going to start reacting to them today and editing up the videos. So once the strike is lifted, I could just start throwing out the ones I already had and we will commence like our normal schedule. Misfits will most likely be out on Thursdays too. Like I said, if I run into a problem, don't hold it against me because I'm doing an extra show basically now. I hope you guys are happy with that. I don't see why you wouldn't be. That was the highest view counts by far, these 2 shows. Even though they were very close, Adventure Time won, but they were by far the highest view counts. And it seems like through all the feedback I was getting from people that they are the biggest. Oddly enough, even though Barry was 4th, I feel like a lot of people were very vocal about wanting Barry. And I do really like Barry too. So once I finish one of these, I'm going to jump right into Barry. Don't hold me to this either, but if I have time, I might end up throwing up random episodes of Barry too. But don't hold me to that. That's just if I have time and I feel like it. But at one point or another, I will officially be reacting to Barry. So don't get all upset if it wasn't your pick and you didn't get the show you wanted. At some point, all of them except the 100 will be reacted to. Unless I have a huge outcry for people to be like, no, you need to react to the 100. But I've already announced it like 3 times and it's been out for a month. It is literally the lowest viewed video I've done on my channel. So based on that and the fact I've given it several chances, that one's pretty much out. That's it, guys. That's the shows. We're going to do Adventure Time guaranteed and most likely Misfits each Thursday. Once the strike is lifted, like I said, I'm going to start doing the reactions and I'm going to start editing them up. So once the strike is lifted, it's not like I'm going to say to you guys, all right, the strike was lifted. Now I need to catch up. No, they're already going to be done and ready and I'm just going to start pumping them out. Let me know what you guys think. I hope everyone's happy with these choices. It is what it is. It was in your guys' hands and the highest view counts won. Now, like I said, I threw in an extra one. So I can't do more than that, guys. I'm trying to be as fair as possible. Right after this, I'm going to do another update video and go into more specifics of what's going on with the channel and the strikes. And I'm also going to start doing movie reviews in the meantime because I can't throw up videos and I don't want to have 0 content up. So I'm going to start doing reviews. The first review I'm going to do is I just saw last night, Always Be My Maybe on Netflix. I had no expectations of this show. I knew nothing about it except it was a rom-com. And I was blown away by how funny and well made this movie was. So after this, if you're interested, look for the update video on my channel and the strike situation and the review for Always Be My Maybe, which is the new rom-com movie out on Netflix. You guys let me know what you think. Comments down below, like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.